Before we dive into the heart of the story, one thing needs to be said. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. What you're about to hear is not just a celebrity drama, it's a swirling storm of power, silence, secrets, and fear. Jennifer Lopez, one of the biggest names in pop culture, might have just cracked the case wide open in the federal racketeering investigation against Sean Diddy Combs. 3 hours, behind closed doors, no press, no cameras. Just Lopez, federal prosecutors, and the weight of 2 decades of rumors crashing into today's headlines. While no official transcript has been released, the leaks have ignited a media frenzy. And if even half of what anonymous insiders are whispering turns out to be true, Lopez may have confirmed what fans, insiders, and conspiracy theorists have been speculating for years. A web of guns, intimidation, hush money, and iron-fisted control behind the glitz and glam of bad boy records. To understand the magnitude, let's rewind the clock. Picture 1999, MTV still rules the airwaves, Napster is about to disrupt the music industry, and Puff Daddy is at the peak of his reign. Enter Jennifer Lopez, a rising star with a debut album that's about to hit platinum. Together, they're the hottest couple in music, but what fans didn't see was the armored shell around them. A security presence so tight, some insiders say it felt like traveling with a presidential detail. Leaked claims from former drivers and entourage members allege the couple never moved without at least 6 armed guards. Again, none of this has been verified in court, but these are the whispers fueling speculation. According to unconfirmed testimony, Lopez's relationship with Diddy wasn't just about music and red carpets. It was about power dynamics and control. Sources claim he controlled who she spoke to, what routes her drivers took, and even which clubs she could attend. Some allege it was about optics and paranoia, driven by fears from the East Coast-West Coast rap war aftermath, but others say it was more than that. They say it was about domination, fear, and silencing dissent. Reddit threads, court watch discords, and fan forums have exploded with timelines built from leaked call logs, old photos, and gossip pieces. They point to December 1999, days before the infamous Club New York shooting where Lopez and Diddy were present. One theory, a gun was tucked under a car seat before they entered the club that night. Another, that Lopez tried to leave early, sensing the tension, but was convinced to stay. Minutes later, chaos. A champagne bucket spills, an argument erupts, and shots are fired. The resulting fallout left 3 people injured in a media storm that's never quite ended. Now, prosecutors in 2025 are allegedly using Lopez's rumored testimony to connect the dots, showing that the culture of fear, control, and intimidation wasn't an isolated incident, that it started in the late 90s and continued for years, that the guns, the hush money, the tightly managed appearances, they weren't just lifestyle choices. They were part of a pattern. And Lopez, knowingly or not, may have just become the narrative's anchor. Her alleged words, "I saw it slide under the seat. I heard him yell, 'Lose them.' If true, they offer a chilling flashback to that night and a possible link to weapons and flight from the scene, a combination prosecutors could use to build their RICO case. Defense attorneys scoff. They call it gossip, recycled headlines, and internet fiction. But legal experts say one credible familiar face can turn public memory into courtroom truth. And what about Lopez herself? Over the years, she said little about her time with Combs. A 2002 quote from Vanity Fair, "It almost derailed everything I'd worked for," is as close as she's ever come. But now, according to rumor, she's painting a fuller picture behind closed doors, one where glamour masked fear, one where the biggest stages couldn't shield her from what happened behind the scenes. The defense counters this with an age-old strategy: dismiss the source, attack the motives. They argue that Lopez has everything to gain by distancing herself, that any memory now surfacing is influenced by decades of PR coaching, that the public wants a villain, and Diddy, already under fire from other lawsuits, is the perfect target. Yet the prosecutors have one powerful weapon: continuity. A story that starts in 1999 and resurfaces in 2025, a thread that links past and present, alleged abuse, control, and coercion across decades. They don't need Lopez to prove everything. They need her to connect the eras. And if a judge allows even a sliver of her story into the courtroom, it could change the game. This isn't just a story about a shooting, it's about a culture, about silence, about who gets protected and who gets erased. And Lopez, intentionally or not, has become the face of that reckoning. TikTok detectives, YouTube commentators, and podcast hosts are already dissecting every possible angle. Leaked screenshots of supposed court memos are making the rounds. The phrase, Versace and Velcro, a fan theory about Lopez's tiny silver purse that night, has become a viral hashtag. Every new rumor fuels the wildfire, and while the official truth remains locked in sealed files, perception is already forming. People remember the dress, the gun, the chase, and now they might remember her words. So here's the real question. If Jennifer Lopez truly saw and lived through what insiders claim she did, why stay silent all these years? And why speak now? Because maybe silence, once a survival tactic, has become a burden. And maybe telling the truth, or at least her version of it, is the only way forward. What do you believe? Was Lopez just another pop star caught in the crossfire of hip-hop's most dangerous era? Or was she a silent witness to something far more sinister, finally finding her voice after all these years? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.